Logistics and transportation business professionals want you to understand how their business works so that you'll better understand the cost and the time that goes into the production of making your move happen. Welcome back to Dispatching Live. My name is Jay, bringing you top auto logistics video news connecting retail, wholesale, logistics, and tech, your auto transport community media since 2017. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, we're okay? All right, good. Thank you so much for jumping in the live chat. We sure do appreciate it. We are streaming live on YouTube and on LinkedIn. We'll get Sue up here in a minute. She'll be joining us. We've also got special guests today. This is an interesting show. So, and I won't, well, I don't know. I don't have a waiver anymore. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's do this. I'll share the screen because we got to get into it. We got to get to our interview. Our mystery guest today. We are going to talk to... Check. Hey, can you hear me, Sue?
I can. Hey.
All right, awesome. We're going to be talking about Central Bot.
Okay.
All right.
We talking to anybody from Central Bot?
Maybe.
Okay.
Not
cool.
sure. It's a mystery.
Okay.
All right. It's a mystery. We don't know what's going to happen.
Okay.
And I will say this is that... central algorithm, central bot, super dispatch, load board search. I mean, all I know is that it's 2024 and there's a lot of new technologies in all spaces coming. In vehicle inspection AI, I just got contacted by another company that does AI vehicle inspections. I'm going to meet with them, talk to them, maybe do a show with them. There is just tech everywhere. So nobody's safe. Everybody should be on their toes when it comes to technology and fraud. Ding. And Central Dispatch Daily Statistics. We got Carhauling Statistics we're going to talk about a little bit. Check this out. I did not make this. This looks like something that I might have thought up. I didn't. Somebody sent me this. This is a pie chart of posts by the hour posted on Central Dispatch. It looks like number one, it looks like maybe somebody's a submarine gunner or works in an air traffic control tower. No, there's no need to adjust your screens. You're looking at a pie chart of Central Dispatch posts by hour. You know why this looks so weird? Because we're not used to seeing information like this. You guys, get back in your cubbies and stop asking questions. Okay? You don't get this.
Yeah,
okay? You can't have it. You can't. You're not allowed. You're not in the club, right?
Georgia.
This is an industry of clubs, and you're not in the club.
Yeah, I ran the...
Oh, now we got this. You know what this is? You know those, it was kind of trendy for a while. All the words that surround an SEO search that make up you or your company or whatever. This is, by size of font, the amount of loads on Central Dispatch at the time of this capture. Like, look at Motway was number 1. SGT was number 2. Ready? We're not used to this kind of information. You need to click away and go do something really boring. You can't have this.
The problem is going to be...
Don't even think about screenshotting your screen and learning something. Please. Don't do that. There's got to be a bankruptcy somewhere or a rollover. Oh, here we go. Let's go to a video. Okay. So, what is this? Right? Oh yeah, it's only a representation of loads being posted by region and area and volume. You don't need that. That's boring. You don't need to see that. But here's what's happening.
Yeah, because I just reset my search. DOT is 351-3347.
Do not adjust your television, bro. I'm telling you, man. And you will not get this information on any other automotive news resource at all. No one's going to, because you can't have this. It's load board search advice. Why would you do that? What are you trying to do? You're trying to make everybody sick with your information, you sickos. We are the neutral zone in automotive. ATI Auto Business, I finally figured it out. This is the channel where anyone can learn more about the automotive industry. You don't have to be in the club. I know. There's a lot of clubs and associations, and buddy,
That's okay.
you can't be a part of it. But you can watch ATI, and you can learn the automotive industry that way.
I don't think they'd want it that late at night.
So even if you've been canceled, you can still watch ATI. Auto Transport Community Media since 2017. We had a great show. Remember the Dirtbag Carrier show last week? You know, is that offensive?
Maybe. I was told it was inspiring. So
very good. Yes, I like that. That in fact, that was the point. Inspiration. Yes. Tuesday night I had Used Car Factory with Dealers Link. Man, we had so many dealer consultants on the screen Tuesday night. It was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, so full ecosystem, new, used, auctions, dealers, services, brokers, shippers, carriers, dispatchers. Show me the truck. Let's see. This is John Cochran. This was, I want to say, Baton Rouge to Tampa. You know? It's a nice little load there. Right? Wait, what are you talking little? It's a full load. It's good. I like that. That's actually what I used to go for with John. You want the, sedan, mid-size SUV up on top. Then you can hit the, good-size SUV in the middle, and then a truck or something on the back. This is, that's how I like to load a 3-car. Good job, John. Nice. Thanks for sending the photo. And who sent in the red sunset? Or sun? Oh no, this is dawn. And then somebody said, yeah, when you see a red sky at dawn, that's when the sailors move on. Or
it wasn't at dawn. That was Danny. That's DSK down in Baton Rouge. Oh, it was in the evening, believe it or not. It was before I think all those storms started coming through. It was about 2 weeks ago.
It's like that 80s song, Red Skies Tonight. Red Skies Tonight. Oh, oh. Come on, Elena. Oh, 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 oh.
Everybody's saying now.
Yeah, Red Skies Tonight. Speaking of, here we got another video. Oh, here. Can you see that? Can you see the video?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because you're not going to want to miss this one. Let's do it again.
Okay. OMG. And they're just driving down the road like that?
What is he doing?
They didn't realize it?
I don't know.
He's like, I just got to get over the bridge.
I have so many questions, I don't even know where to start. Let's watch that. That's just amazing. That's a great video.
That's crazy.
Just got out of jail. No worries. Have a good summer. See you at the beach. I mean...
That's crazy.
Nothing to see here. I think it's good. Nothing to see here. What?
I'm telling you, he was like, I gotta get over the bridge.
That is
get past
so
the bridge.
freaking funny. My God. I don't even understand it. What else? Hey, did you get the memo? Let's do some, okay. You sent this in. Now, Autosled has a lot to say about their dispatch. Do you want to take it away?
Well, so this is about the insurance certs. I don't know if everybody's having this problem, but Autosled is kicking everybody out of their system. They are wanting new certificates of insurance. And then Jay's going to show you what the certificate of insurance looks like. Now, most companies aren't going to do this. And especially if you do Progressive and you don't have an agent and it's just Progressive, that's going to be impossible. So they want your driver's name, and if it's multiple drivers, they want all drivers listed on the policy with the cargo and the liability and their vehicles and all of that. Now, normally putting the vehicles on there with the VIN numbers is no big deal, but they do not list the driver's name on there. That goes on the declarations page, and that wasn't good enough. So they were given a declarations page with all of that stuff. Of course, the declaration page does not list, for some reason, the VIN numbers on the equipment. It just lists the policy information and your drivers. But that didn't work for them. They had to have the name actually put on the certificate of insurance. So of course that took about 10 tries from the insurance agent, and even though they were specifically told that. So you'll probably go round and round with each of your agents because it's just not typical for you to be able to do this. And you may come across some agents that won't. I don't know why they want it on there and why the declaration page is not good enough, because it's the same policy number, but apparently that is the way they're going. So just so everybody knows, if you've been shut off and you can't get in and it says you must call in, that's why they're doing all new certs for everybody. And then Jay's got a picture of the cert we're going to show.
Yeah, here we go. So, okay, here's the cert.
Yeah.
So, let's go through the parts, right? Because,
Yeah,
I mean, they're very specific, and I just want to... I'm sorry, I was checking make sure we're live on LinkedIn, which we are, but I don't know if the link was working right or whatever, but, so you've got, I mean, what are the specific parts, again, is that you need your liability, truck cargo, named drivers. It has to be current. Every Autosled vehicle dispatched from the load board must be you have to list your equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I feel like with these different pieces, you're losing a lot of people, right?
Oh, I'm sure you are. Because there's going to be, like I said, there's going to be some people that are not going to be able to do this.
Right.
Because
right.
their
Well,
company
you
isn't
almost
just going to
need
do
a
it.
dispatcher, right?
Well, yeah, because do you know how many times we sent this
How
to the
can you do
insurance
this
agent?
bumping down the road? I don't even know how.
I think I sent an email to him 6, 7 times till we finally got it right. Even though they had that,
Yeah.
they had the email
Right.
from them what they wanted, because it's just not typical.
Well, and you
And-
contact the insurance company, and they're like, yeah, ding, 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 and then
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, and then you're like, no, I need your help, and
Yeah.
you go round and round. That's how you end up with 9 phone calls. It's no joke.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
all right. So you need current. There's your date. You need the producer, which is the insurer.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting. You have the insurance company you're working with, but then you have the underwriter.
Right.
Which
Now,
I mean,
keep in mind that it's a regular typical cert, so there's nothing really different on here except for adding in that little box right there.
description of operations, right?
Yeah, where it says like this
Scheduled
is
driver.
the scheduled driver, these are his scheduled equipment.
This
That's
is
what you
your
have to have
equipment.
them put it in.
And right. So if you have the wrong trailer, if you have everything
Mhm.
correct in the wrong trailer, what happens?
They're going to kick it out.
Wow.
Because it has to have the right VIN number to match what's on the paperwork.
Now,
So, I mean, I don't know. How would they know whether you're in the right VIN, though? Just thinking about that.
well,
Because you don't put it on.
and there's
They're-
there's the certificate holder Autosled information.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, dear Autosled, we're trying to actually be helpful. Hopefully, you see this as helpful.
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, this exceeds what I think the average person believes is required. Right? I mean,
Right.
that's just, and so, and we're actually, I think we're going to see more and more of this. I think that if you plan on hauling cars, you need to be on board with seeing more of this type of information. It's going to be required.
It's probably going to be happening. Yeah.
It is.
It has to do with the fact of these double brokers is part of it.
Yes.
I sent you a double broker thing today or yesterday too that we'll talk about, I think. That's part of it, and that's why they're making sure it's really on your truck and trailer. And here's the thing: the only way that they could do that to really confirm it, I worked with. We were talking about having this broker. It's a brand new broker on the show. Anyways, she had me take a picture while my driver was there with it on his equipment to prove it was us. I think we're going to see more of that. Because what's happening is we've got other transporters out there. They're getting the loads. They're brokering them out to other people. Now, granted, they're not supposed to be able to do that anymore. But she had it happen to her 2 or 3 times. That's why she went with doing this. So I think we're going to see more of that. I think this insurance cert is probably trying to help that. But who's to say you still can't, you could still do that. You could still send a different driver there. You could still, you know what I mean? There's nothing to keep that from happening. unfortunately.
We've got much more, so stick around because after this, we're going to bring in Magic Sphere. Hang on tight. We'll be right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verifications of loads where nobody ever answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021, or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
That's the voice of Sue. She is my co-host here on Dispatching Live. She runs a fully licensed dispatch and broker office, and she wants to help you stay loaded, move your car. If you need help, if you have questions, if you're a car hauler and you have questions, if you're a shipper and you have questions, you want to talk to Sue at Murphy Auto Transport Services. She's here with me. And now, next, ladies and gentlemen, first time on ATI, I bring you Magic Sphere.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hey.
Can I ask you to give me the permission to share the screen?
Oh, yeah. You should have it. Yeah, go ahead. Let me know if it's not working.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
I clicked share screen. Really?
Mm-mm.
Hi all guys, can you hear me?
Check. I clicked allow share screen. Hey, Sue, see if you can share your screen.
Okay, let me see.
Technical difficulties here live.
Sometimes happen.
That's strange.
Mhm.
Unless...
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
let me
there's
share it.
Sue. So Sue is sharing her screen.
Yeah,
So it works.
yeah.
And her GPU looks pretty good. What? How dare you look at my GPU?
I guess I can. Just 1 second.
All right, cool. Thanks for jumping in the live chat, saying hello. Ladies and gentlemen, Magic Sphere. Oh, look, man. We got people showing up in the live chat. Yo. Oh, yeah. All right. And if you have questions, we've got more news. Let's see here. Let me read some of this. We've got, Papa. So the gang is here. Lev Claps. Hey, what's up, Elena? Douglas is here. DDD. Peach. What is going on, everybody?
Hey Jay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing?
Oh, that's good. I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good. We are anxiously awaiting the Magic Sphere screen share.
Okay, we're waiting for.
So while we're waiting, what are we waiting for? What are we doing here? What is Magic Sphere?
So, okay, first of all, my name is Max, and this is my partner Vova, and I'm the main developer of Central Bot and Carhauling Statistics that help dispatchers every day. And today we are to represent the Carhauling Statistics mostly, but we have to say a few words about the bot. And we are waiting for Vova presentation that time.
All right. So let's do this, and that's okay. We're waiting. We'll be patient. We're cool. Basically, the bot is a tool to who's it for?
Yeah, that's for dispatchers that missing loads and destroying F5 button to reload the board and catch the right load.
Right. F5 is the reload button.
Yep.
Is that right?
You can try it.
back in my day, we used to use Auto Refresh Plus.
That's useless.
And we would get busted.
Yeah, that's useless.
But it worked, actually, honestly, I was pretty primitive at the time. It worked pretty well for me to refresh the screen. And why do we need to refresh screens?
Get the new loads.
To see the new
because
loads.
the central,
Right.
because the central dispatch system does not work like lifetime. I'm sorry, live port. So you can just see new loads after you reload the page. There is no WebSockets that can access the live database system.
And everybody knows what we're talking. I mean, carriers and dispatchers know what we're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And hasn't this been something like you can't talk about? Like outside of the dispatch office, it was hush hush on the Auto Refresh Plus. Like you couldn't talk about getting busted with the Auto Refresh button, could you?
I mean, we did, but yeah.
Yeah. Right? But
Right.
you whispered it.
Right. Yeah, because they'll shut you off.
Why are
For
we still
24 hours.
whispering about it, right? We're
I
not
think it's
actually.
still illegal, isn't it?
I don't know.
For them.
Volvo, what's going on, man? Oh, now I can't hear him.
Oh, crap.
Check. I can't hear. Interesting. Maybe he's on the wrong device for a screen share, Max. You think?
There's connection problems in Chicago right now.
Oh, Chicago.
He'll try
connections.
to fix it.
Okay,
Well,
gotcha.
we cannot hear you.
Yeah,
No.
we can't hear you, Volvo. Okay, so all right, so these things happen. Okay, and there's where are the snowstorms right now? I'm in Kansas City. It's just cold, but we don't have any snow.
The weather is what you were saying?
Yeah.
It was in the Midwest because, I mean, we've been getting hit by it. You've been getting hit by it. Nashville got it. Knoxville got it. Jackson, Mississippi got it. They had an ice storm down there. Little Rock is still covered in ice, and Memphis area. So I think it went over yesterday. It was in Indy and Ohio. Now it's passed because I've got a driver up in Cleveland right now, and I think it's moving more to the East Coast now. Who knows?
Hey, do this. Stay where you are, Max. He'll get it situated. Let's keep doing some news until we get situated because I got all this great stuff. Super Dispatch put out an email. Don't click strange links. Check who's sending the emails. Use good passwords. Keep your software up to date. Turn on security. What do you think of that, Max?
I think it's basics of
I will
feeling
say
good with your account because
they've started something new too.
Oh, they have started some.
It happened yesterday. So when your insurance expires and you have to put it on, you know how they have to verify you because you have to become a verified carrier again. It's not just sending it in. Janice was trying to get it set up and it still wasn't set up a week later. We find out they want to actually speak to the owner that's listed, the phone number is listed on the FMCSA to confirm that you are who you are. So just so everybody knows, that is their new
just
policy.
Just need to say hello to the owner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has to be on that phone number that's listed with the FMCSA. That's the only number they'll call. So just keep that in mind. If your number is not the one listed.
Now, is that just a one-time thing or every time you go to book a load?
No, that's just for the when your insurance expires and we put our new insurance, so they're verifying you are who you say you are.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Hey, Volva, can you hear us?
Do you hear me now?
We hear you. We see you. That's incredible.
Yes.
Incredible.
I was trying to start the presentation, and after this, I was trying to say anything, but you didn't hear. So I will try one more time now.
All right, let's go. Hey, here we go. ATI Auto Business, take 2. All right, ready.
Right now, do you hear me?
Hey, we hear you, and we might see your screen, maybe.
Do you see or no?
We see black screen.
It's just totally black?
It says you're starting screen sharing.
Okay, probably it's loading.
Maybe it's a different, it could be a different screen, could be loading. Check 1, 2.
I checked, I just changed the screen to the presentation currently, so it should be showing up.
Okay.
Let me know if it's nothing.
Hey, Max, do you see it?
Oh, I can't see. Maybe we'll try to drop the presentation to Jay and.
Yeah, I can roll it.
That's gonna be not to do this stupid moves. I can just send it to the email and we can do it like this.
Yeah, send it to my email. I'll load it up. Hey, man, sure. While we're doing that, all right. Hey, I got a question. Do I teach a class? I don't know, man. A lot of people are watching this dispatcher training series. There's even maybe Steve is in the live chat, wants to get a copy of the spreadsheets and ask a question. So, fire away. If you got a dispatcher training series question, let me know. This is the show. Now here's another one. This is informational, and I really do wonder: are people getting, let's say a carrier gets this email, are they reading it, Sue?
Well, what do you think?
Right?
I mean, very rarely, I would say. I mean, if they're like me, they're getting a buku of emails and they're driving. They don't probably have a lot of time unless at night they're going through this stuff.
And it's okay. So, thanks for booking a load to Mannheim, Georgia. We want everyone to get paid, but you gotta remove these stickers.
Yeah, that's normal.
Okay, right. So
That's a normal
do carriers already know that? You got to pull these stickers
No.
off.
They don't know
They
it.
don't know.
I mean, you have to put it in there because I always have to remind the drivers too, even if it's on Super Dispatch with their instructions, not all of them read that either. So as a dispatcher, I try to remind them about that, and I try to remind them about using different apps for different companies because, everybody has their own dang app, so.
But now, if you're a carrier, how about this? Do you just willy-nilly go around removing stickers, or do you need to check and see if that's a sticker that needs to be removed?
Yeah, nobody removes the stickers unless they ask us to, because I would never want to be accused of,
Right?
taking something they
you
needed.
did a great job delivering the car, but you removed that sticker, so now you're going to be placed out of service.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you're never allowed to haul for us
$5,000. Right. Can't haul for us. $5,000 blacklisted.
Yeah.
Speaking of blacklisted, okay, so this was I don't know where this came from. I know. I don't know. I figured I'd let the audience weigh in. What are we looking at? What do you think of this? Step 1, shipper has 100 loads to ship. He calls the broker to ship 50. Step 2, the load pays $1,300. The broker finds a carrier for $600. Step 3, broker pockets $700 times 50, $35,000. No expenses. Carrier paid all expenses to haul the load. That's what it says.
I can't
Of course,
get past
if this is pro-carrier,
being
why
naked,
is the picture so anti-carrier? The whole thing's really weird.
Really, it is. You're right.
Right?
I agree.
I mean,
oh my God.
I don't know. And this is actually part of the problem with our industry is when we try to make a point, boy, do we make it. We just step right in it. Oh, here we go. I see it, Vova. So I'm going to work on getting this loaded up. What else we got here? Oh, the story of A1 Trucking. Have you seen this? This is really funny. I guess, okay, so tell me what you're seeing. Let's play a game. Tell me what you see.
Where did you get this screenshot?
Sue, did you send me this? No. Somebody sent it to me. I think it was Sue. Or I don't even look half the time who sent me what anymore because I'm so busy screenshotting stuff. Anyways, apparently, if you just looked at this, hey, that's cool. They look like a decent company. I'll take their load. Oh, shoot, yeah. Everything's awesome.
No.
Exactly. Here we go. Here's a double brokerage. I received a contract for $4,500 for 3 units. Called the dealer to confirm that the units are ready. He was surprised that we had to take 3 but not 4. Then there was a question how much costs 4 units. The dealer said $3,700. 4 costs $3,700. How much broker
This
will
is
pay
what
us?
I sent you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So what they're claiming is this is a broker, and we've talked about this with another broker a few months ago that did the exact same thing, but this is a different one. They're saying they got these loads from them. They're double brokering them, telling them it's more money, and then probably aren't going to pay them, correct? Because how could they?
Oh, yeah, no, there's nothing about this
It seems
1
legit.
to 2 sentences that says that anybody's going to get a fair deal, except for whoever started the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just running. This is literally that shell game in the alleyways of the city, where you try to guess which nut
Yeah.
your money's under, which is none of them.
Well, and if they really wanted to be sure, I guess the way to go about it would be contacting their broker bond too. You know what I mean? But
Well,
there was several of these on here,
oh,
just like
but this
this.
is the best one.
So
Do yourself a favor.
stay.
Never, ever take a load from this company. Basically, they're outside of the U.S. They have a couple carrier companies. They especially take loads from dealers. They use blank to post them higher. You'll never get paid. All these positive reviews are fake. You will not be paid. They have many other brokerage companies. And then the response: absolute nonsense. Each
Yeah.
carrier working with us getting paid. You know, I
Yeah.
love this. I love it.
Because
Yeah,
and the reason
clearly-
why I found this is this company had several loads listed where one of my drivers were, and they were all paying outrageous, and they're all mixed. Of course, they don't tell you what they are, but they're all mixed. They were paying way like incredibly high, which, as we all know,
Fraud.
if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is.
Fraud.
Yeah. But they're doing it, and people are gonna not think anything about it because it's paying so well. They're thinking, "Oh, great, this is, fantastic." And then, what's gonna happen? They're not gonna get paid.
Yeah, right now there is a lot of scammers. Currently, we
So
had
many.
tons of loads, and we didn't get a payment for them. Right
Yeah.
now, currently, it's a really big issue on the market.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why they are not doing anything with this. That's crazy. To block a carrier, it's like 1 second. They're
Right.
even not thinking about this. But to block a broker, no. That's crazy.
Well, what I wonder too is, are they even reporting them to Central? Or are they just giving them the negative reviews?
Central doesn't care actually. If you
Well,
work on Central for a long time, they're not doing anything with a
when
lot of stuff.
they will pull them when there's multiple people complaining that they're not getting paid.
Yeah,
I've had them pull it, but that's what I'm saying. Are these people actually turning them into Central, or are they just complaining? Because complaints ain't going to get you anywhere. You need to turn them in and say, and give them all the loads that are listed on Central and what they're doing. Because then eventually they'll do something about it.
yeah, but I know a lot of our friends who also have big companies. What we are doing, we are going to. It's like the company who posted, for example, 20 loads and disappeared.
Right.
That's all. They've done the job. There's nothing to do with the central. At least they need to check them before
Right.
they let them post the loads.
Well, they
And
do. Because as a broker, they get your broker bond. But you're right. If they
but
go
it's
out and
easy.
post, yeah, if you
It
go
is.
post 10 loads and then not pay anybody and disappear, nobody's going to do anything about it. They should have a broker bond, and they are supposed to confirm that broker bond, because mine was, I know that. But that doesn't mean
It's
they
not too
can't pull their broker
expensive.
bond too. Yeah.
It's not too expensive. This broker bond. You can get it. Just push more profit over this bond, and
Right.
then call the company. So
$1,000 you can get a broker bond if you've got good credit.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you're good. You can get out of here how many? Like 10 grand, 20 grams
Yeah.
after a week
And
of
then
work.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah, and just
Yeah.
disappear, of course. So they
Now,
need to check the companies.
you would think, and see, when I did my broker bond through my broker company or my bond company, they literally ask for my property, stuff like that, because they want to know what they're going to go after if I don't pay.
Of
Now,
course.
there's no telling, I know there's a lot of broker bond companies out there that probably don't do that. They just take the money and walk. And so it could be stuff like that too. I mean, all they have to do is go through different bond
Probably.
companies and ask for, a bond and see who's going to let them fly without, securing anything from them. It used to be back in the day that you actually had to put money up. They don't require that anymore. You don't have to put up money for your broker bond. So,
Probably that is the problem.
yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't
They
know how
have
you
to
get
do
rid of the
something.
shady brokers or the shady transporters either. I mean, it's kind of both. So and you're right. Central is not going to remove them unless a plethora of people call in or complain or something like that,
Yeah,
because
there's nothing
there's thousands of people
with
on
this.
there. Yeah. Yeah.
If they will even remove them, they already disappeared, actually speaking.
Yeah,
So
by the time they remove them, it's already too late. I agree.
they already
They've
took their
already
money.
screwed
So,
over so many people and thousands of dollars by that time. Yeah.
yep. Probably that's why big brokers doesn't work with the small companies. I mean, the transportation companies who recently opened. You need to have at least like 1 year. For example, I don't remember one dispatch. They require at
Ready
least
Auto?
1 year. Yeah, they at least 1 year of experience, and
At
after you can
least.
Yeah.
At least, and
That-
they haven't accepted new drivers for over 2 years now.
yeah.
So,
They don't need to.
yeah.
They have enough for now.
Yeah.
Probably we're doing the same right now. We're not using the brokers who new to central dispatch or super dispatch who recently made an account there just not to lose the money.
Right.
I'm loving it, but I'm ready for this presentation.
Okay.
So here we go. Sharing the screen. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today for today's presentation, Carhauling Bot and Statistics, led by Magic Spheres, Vova and Max. So take it away, Vova. And just say
Okay,
next
then.
slide and I'll hit it.
Okay, then. So the two things that we want to introduce today is Carhauling Bot, which is in Telegram, what you can use to manage your loads and book stuff faster and all this stuff. And the second one is the statistics. But the first we will start from the bot. You can slide the next one. This short introduction. Next. Okay, Max.
Yeah, so can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we analyzed the problems of the market and these participants to create the solution to simplify analysis and control employee market productivity. So we have two projects currently, and first one is the bot. So that's helping dispatchers, how I said earlier, to catch the loads from load boards, such as Central and Super Dispatch. And you have a lot of what to do with it, because there's a lot of, please slide. Yeah, how can we see this is a load from Central Bot, and it is showing all information you need to book load fast and do not lose any numbers, broker names, ratings, load cars, and so. And you can actually look at the map. Yeah, slide please.
Yeah, by clicking this link, you can go. It will just forward you to your current browser, so you can check out the roads and see the information, the basic information you need to book it.
Bear with me. Okay.
Okay, so why is it is kind of a better option? Because using the Telegram, I don't know if many people do here so, but we do. So it's our primarily messenger where we do all this stuff. For example, I have one for my personal, one for work, and there I have the notification and I get everything instantly. I don't need to, I even can go and get some coffee and I will see the lows. It will pull up, it will show me the phone number, and I will just click call and I will book it. I don't need to sit in front of my computer for like 8-10 hours or check my email all the time. As everybody who works here have a ton of, they're getting a tons of emails actually. And I think this is probably the best option for the dispatcher, especially when you load a lot of the drivers. You just set your roads and you're getting everything what is pulling up. So it's, I don't know, it is like 30% faster than doing the central dispatch and all other load boards. So we are ready to the next one. And the best part here, this is actually the statistics. Using this, you can understand when, at what time, at what day you can get the loads.
Awesome.
Yeah, not to lose time, not sitting in front of the load board in the exact time. For example, at 5 p.m. or something. So you see that not so many loads you will see there.
Right.
You can change your schedule and work specifically in the hours when you can get the loads actually, not to stupidly sitting and refreshing the load board. That's like crazy thing. And using this, especially the statistics by the hours, you can predict, for example, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, by specific the area. For example, probably some brokers can post from some lots in exact time or exact date.
Yeah.
I know this because when I worked as a dispatcher, we worked with a lot of companies who posted in a specific time or day. And we can clearly see here how it's working. It's not like a deep statistics for right now because we need like much more time to dive in it. But for big companies, it's a great solution, I think so.
Yeah. So the main problem in the market right now is we cannot see all picture of the market. Yeah, we're just looking in direction we need at the moment. So, for example, my driver is Florida. I'm looking at Florida load. Now, I want to see all market data, all market picture to analyze where we can go tomorrow, where we can go week, a month. Yeah. So this solution is allow you to remove your blindness and see the full picture of market. So you can plan the roads and you can even know what time and what car you need will be posted. So I'm looking at Mondays, yeah. I'm looking at I'm looking at broker, for example, 1, 2, 3 brokers. So I know these guys posting every Monday from 8 to 12 a.m. So I'm looking the loads from them. I know the time posting, and so I'm productively bigger than my opponents on the market.
I guess
And
we can go to the next one.
Yeah.
That's another like thing that can help you to not to choose the bad direction. So you can understand from which area you can get the load, and not to go to the city where it's not nobody is posting. Probably you can go there when you get a great price and you're paid to get back, but when you're planning the road, that's really important. And if you can see this map by hours, by days, or even if you do some analytics, you can go by quarters. You can slide to the next one. And this is another map which can also help you to get the loads. So here you can choose the top short roads, top medium roads, and top long trips. And especially for big guys, for 10 car holders, that's also the good option not to choose the like bad direction, because here we're going through data, how many loads was posted, by which rates, and you can, I think using this tool, it could be easier to get out from some city where you went with your load, or choose the best option for tomorrow. I guess that was the last one. Slide to the next one. Oh, and this is this data. It's not for, I think, not for the dispatchers, but for the companies, because here you need to spend some time, and that is the option not to. For example, if you see how the price goes, it goes up or it goes down. You can understand if you need to get new trucks today to get a loan, or you don't need to. It's better to wait and not to lose money in the market, especially right now. We're just going. It was the rate was really high. If we go back for like year and a half, and right now it's really terrible for the market. But if we had the data from previous year, it would be easier to predict where it will go. And right now we're trying also to build them kind of a map to understand how like deep we can go with the prices.
I
I
want to
guess.
jump. I'm going to jump in. I really like this slide because, and I want to say this too, that if you're watching right now, you're seeing something special. In that this is next generation thinking about the dispatch for a very long time. And that's why I was making kind of jokes about you're not allowed to see this, you're not in the club. For a very long time, it's been, you know, hey, just here's a few pieces of information, and you think you can
Yeah,
consider whoever it is that you think that of, right? But here's some pieces of information. Now book some cars and do your job, and don't ask any questions.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to run a business thinking that way. To run your business, you need to look at reports, data, analytics, and see what was most profitable. You know, Tuesday night on my Dealers Link show, these guys have dashboards on dashboards to see every vehicle, how much money it made, what's selling the best, and they restock those vehicles. They don't restock the losers. But if you're rebooking a loser load and you don't know why and you don't even know if, what are you doing? You're not going to stay in business. These kind of reports, forecasting, and analysis help you identify the losers
exactly.
and the winners.
But right now it's the time of data. You need to go through this. You need to make some analysis each like week to understand where we're going and what we should do right now. And we can like divide it for data for dispatchers to understand how they can improve their work to choose the best roads. And the second part is for the business owners, so they can plan the financials, which is really important not to lose the business, especially right now.
And and I want to do this too. I always want to be fair. There have been other software in the past that have identified this same gap in knowledge and have provided reports and analysis. But as we continue to evolve the wheel, right? It's clear even with I don't know how long you've been doing this, you could see we need to understand what we're doing better. And in the original vanilla flavor of all this, you had I don't even know if there were any reports. In the big vanilla, Sue, was there any way to get any reports or analytics of what you did?
No.
Okay. Why not? They have
Um,
it internally.
oh, they
Why
do.
doesn't the user get some?
I don't know because this is all the stuff that we would use. I mean, especially knowing when the best, times for loads being listed. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've been doing this 20 years. I have a good idea of that, but the average person isn't going to know any of that stuff, and that stuff would be so handy.
We've gone 10 years, maybe
20.
15, with no way to measure
Yeah,
what we did.
20. I've been doing this 20 years, and Central started just
What do
right
they
before that.
what do
Nothing
they
like
say
this.
measure twice, cut once. Well, nobody was measuring. You're just cutting. And it's crazy, isn't it?
And
It's
It really is.
crazy.
you talked about the idea where to go, but this is your experience. To get this idea,
Right.
you need to be in the market for at least 2 or 3 years
At least,
just
yeah.
to get this understanding. And you need to be all the time in
Yeah.
because it is all the time changing.
Well,
So
yeah, that's
this,
what I'm saying. It changes even if you've been doing this 2 or 3 years. Like I have a lot of drivers that come to me and like, I want this route. I want to do this route. And I'm like, that route doesn't even exist. And even if it did exist, it may only last for 3 or 4 months and then it's bye-bye. And it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. It used to work that way. I used to have drivers that had certain routes and we did only those routes. But that disappeared, oh God, a long
it's
time ago,
just
at least
season
5
to
years ago.
season. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
comes in and goes out.
Yeah, well, just like,
How good.
when we did snowbird season stuff, the rates were astronomical. They're no longer like that even. Used to be if you
Yeah.
did New Jersey, New York, Maine, Massachusetts, Connecticut, going down to Florida, you were getting premium rates, 1,000, 11, $1,200. You're lucky to get $700, $800 now, which is crazy. The rate, I mean, expenses are even higher than what they were back then. So why would the rates go down? They should go up. So I think
But
it
you
has a
think
lot
that
to do
should
with posting.
go You think that they should go up, but brokers doesn't think so.
No. Well, and I'm a broker too, but I price them the way I think they should be priced. Now, if they say to me, "No, I don't want to do that," I got to work with them. But I always try to give them $1 plus a mile rates because one, I want them to move. Two, I want them to go on a good transporter. And three, it's part of my reputation of
Yeah,
having a
of
good
course.
transporter and being there when they're supposed to be. So, and of course, you always have customers like cheap, 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 and you got to do what you got to do,
It's
but
well,
if they're
back
too
in the
cheap, I
day.
don't even list them though. I'll be honest. I mean, if it's just crazy, I'm just like, I can't do that. Not
Back in
happening.
the days when the customer called us and they was asking, "Hey, I need to move this car from
Mm,
the like from A to B,"
hmm
and I told, "Okay, let's have a look." And first that I do, I go to Central just to understand if
hmm
this car is already posted,
hmm
and it is.
Right.
I'm telling you, why are you calling me? Hey,
Yeah.
you already like two guys posted you. I know them. I won't give you the names, but I know they're really stupid. They post everything, but to book a load from them, you need to give them a call and wait for like an hour
hmm
until they gonna be negotiating with the customer, and then
hmm
they will drop their price twice
Yeah.
because
Yep.
that's how they work.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
don't
Because
even
they'll even
call
get you
them.
on the phone and say, well, I can only do this amount of money. I know I listed it for this, but I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
only do
yeah.
this amount of money because the
I
customer only
hate
wants to
them.
pay that amount of money.
I
So,
I
yeah. And
hate
I know
them.
who you're talking about. We know the same people.
Yeah,
So,
See,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I always want a video cutaway of what they're really doing while they're having this conversation. Like they're washing their feet or they're feeding the ducks or I don't know what they're doing. I want to know.
Oh, this this
nothing.
mo this model what they built of booking loads and of posting loads I don't even want to talk about it. It's crazy.
hmm hmm
Because they
I
just
agree.
wasting your time.
Basically, yeah. Especially when it's listed multiple times and you're just
Uh,
like, yeah, I'm
if I
done.
see the vehicle posted multiple times, that means the customer is looking for the like I don't know for to move it for free. I think so,
I
and
don't
I
know if
don't
I
even.
always blame the customer though. I sometimes want
I
to
know.
blame
Well,
the
we go
broker
back and
because they're the
forth.
ones they'll tell them, "Oh, sure, that's okay. We'll do it for that
Yeah.
price." And it never
Um,
moves. You got to be honest with them. I had a guy ask me that the other day. He's like, "Well, I got bids from three other people and they're half of what you're saying." I said, "Well, you can go with them, but I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to call you and ask you for more money when it doesn't move. I don't work like that. I'd just rather be straight up with you and say, hey, it's going to be this amount of money. If I get it cheaper, okay, that's a bonus to you. But I'm going to tell you this is what it's going to cost." And that happens, I guarantee you, what, thousands of times a day with certain
hmm.
brokers? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. That happens all the time, all the
Yeah.
time.
Hey,
Yeah.
who wants some irony? Central Dispatch has announced they've rate canceled. What is it?
They
You can
canceled.
can't you can now both parties can rate canceled transactions.
Yes.
Is that good?
Which I no, because
Oh,
it's still like they're still doing the fake, ratings. Like if you read one of the guys in here, Mr. Transporter, he had one of those from that a scammer company that was saying it was more than it was. He canceled the load and they gave him a negative for damaging the car that he never even picked up.
That's another thing because all the time they care only about the
Mhm.
brokers. I'm really
oh,
I'm really tired of this. They
I.
to
It's
dispute this
hard not to
rating.
agree. It's hard.
To dispute this rating, you need to I don't know show your like birth certificate.
hmm Well, they do it, and I'll be
That's
honest, they
awesome,
do it
man.
to us too. If I like they owe me money and I've given them a negative for non-payment, guess who gets a negative back?
Yeah.
And they lie about it. They just make up some kind of bullshitty response, and I'm just like, and see, before back in the day, Central would make sure that stuff didn't happen. Now it's happening like every other day.
I will chime in and say this. I have seen, I've witnessed total lies in
hmm
a dispute,
hmm
and it's whatever lies more convincing.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know.
and that's what I have to
There
look at
was
when I'm
no
looking at
independent
ratings.
verification.
I have
Allegedly.
to look at the broker who gave the rating. If I know that broker and they're a good broker, I know it's true. Now, there's a bunch on there that I
Yeah.
can tell or not, so I can usually kind of weed out what may be true, what may not be true. But that's the sad part. Why do we have to do that? I mean, well, we can't trust anybody
Because
anymore.
it's a swap meet.
Yeah, I know. It just
Let's
sucks.
see here. I know, and that's terrible too, Jay. Jay, How dare you? Now, Michael made an interesting observation. Hey, I noticed that on the new CD review system, the percentage of 5-star reviews represents pretty much what would be the company's score with the old rating system. But with the new system, overall can be 4.8, and it doesn't mean anything because it doesn't match the percentage on the ratings breakdown. It's an interesting observation. I don't know, but thank you, Michael, for that. Because what we're talking, here, need help as short female drivers. I don't even understand this one. Need help as short female driving cars onto trailer. What? Need help? Are they looking for short female drivers or?
I don't know what that
I don't
means.
even understand this one. I like it though.
We need more information.
Need more short
This
female
could
driver.
This could go anyway.
Information. I know, right? This is very weird. It's turned into Howard Stern all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Few more stories. Again, I don't know. Some guy really wants
Liability.
truckers to have like way too much insurance.
Yeah.
And here's the statistic: $1 million in insurance covers damages in all but 0.6% of all cases. Well, good job on your. You don't want to share that slide on the Congress floor. Ain't gonna see that statistic. I just shared this because you sent me this.
Yeah. So Rightway has their own they send out a list, and
Okay.
I think it's usually daily.
All right.
So if you're not on their list, sign up for it because they do have legit loads. I like Rightway.
Okay. But how long does it take to get through this list every day?
Oh, it just comes up. It's the email.
Oh,
You just
oh,
get
it
it
is.
right there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And did I
all
send
right.
you the new RPM now? They're saying they have a load board again.
Oh, no, but this is the perfect slide.
Yeah.
Look what I just got. Yeah, but you can only go so far before it runs out of fuel, and there's not many gas pumps, and that's why we feed our horses. So. Pretty funny. No, but here's the thing is, I want to know more about the RPM load board, but will I?
Well, here's the
And
thing.
scene.
There is an actual load board because
Oh.
one of my drivers was actually signed up for it, which was Paladin. So I went to go look at the load board. And I will be honest, I would much rather have a load board with RPM because nobody answers the damn phones over there anymore. Not at all. And you can't get a load. And even if you have your own contact, it may take you an hour or two to get them to answer you, and then the load's gone. Now, the only thing I had a problem with was I was signing up my other drivers, and so you go through the join thing, and then it says, we'll send you an email once you're signed up. Guess how many days ago that was? That was Monday. Still don't have a username or password for my other drivers yet. So if they want us to use it so badly because they don't want to answer the phones, then they better do what they need to do so we can do what we need to do. And just so everybody knows, RPM is set up. Their load board is very, very similar to the new ACV board. So you kind of click on the same things that ACV does if anybody is using
Similar to the ACV.
Yeah, because ACV changed their board, I don't know, 5 months ago?
I'm not
4
even
months ago?
up to date on the
Oh, you didn't know they
ACV
changed
board.
it? Yeah, they changed it.
I
It's
know.
a little bit more difficult to get around.
You'd think you'd
them.
let the grandfather of auto transport social media know, but why not? Now wait a minute. Do you have links to these load boards?
Yeah, I can send you stuff.
Yeah,
You
please
just have
send
to
me
use my
links.
username and password to
I
get
mean,
in.
I don't even work here, man. I just make shows and stuff. So we are almost, yeah.
Just send him the direction. He will book for you something.
Right? Oh, there it is. That is the last slide. Send me comments, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Max and Vova, before we let you go, we'll end this show. That was a great presentation. And what do you have to add, Max?
Maybe that we have showed you 10% of our project, and this is more in the future.
Yeah, actually, it's a small part because there is a lot of stuff to do.
We're not allowed to show you all because there is such a secret, before release. We're just showing you need
Totally
to interest the project. Yeah. Mhm.
So can I ask a couple questions?
Yeah, of
One,
course.
can you tell us how we get signed up? And two, what's the cost?
We didn't come up with the cost with nothing yet.
Okay.
Yeah, with the bot, Probably, yeah, we can do this. We have the email. I've sent the email to the when they were sending the presentation. We can like reach out and have a small talk. But for the statistics, it's just like a beginning, and we will be improving, and I guess in maybe in a month or two, we can show something to people if they want to use it. We have some daily stuff which is posted on Telegram. It's for free. You can go ahead and check it out. But for like just for the companies, more like deep stuff, it's gonna be coming up in a couple months. But for the bot, we can connect. You have the email. We can
Here's
just.
what I want to do, and so because I am the neutral zone, I'm fair and balanced for real, like
Of
not
course.
not 90s style, but for real. Okay, so in my fair and balanced nature, if people tell me confidential information, I don't share it. If people want to give me a source of information so that I can share it, but the source remains private, I do that too. I respect that. So what I'd like for you to do is if you have or can create a general mailbox where people can contact you and you manage that mailbox.
Of course.
Okay. And then I'll share that mailbox.
Of course. Yeah, we can do so.
Let's do that. Oh, and there they are. They're calling now. Trouble. I'm kidding. Okay. Busted. so let's get that general mailbox and we'll share it. And then and to be continued. We got to we got to see what happens next. But
Of course.
I'll say, is there at this time a general mailbox where someone like Sue can ask questions and get more information?
Yeah.
I have one question, guys.
Yeah.
Do you using Telegram?
What is it?
So right now, I believe these gentlemen are on Telegram. Telegram is an app, right?
That is a messenger.
Right, exactly. I don't even know how to describe it because I'm so old. So, Telegram. Let's say somebody doesn't know what you're talking about. What do you do? Do you download or install Telegram?
Yeah, you just go to the Apple
Play
Store,
Store, App
Play
Store,
Store. You go ahead
Telegram.
and put the Telegram, and you will see it. You just register there, and that's all. You're good.
And in fact, we have the QR code on the last slide to
really?
statistics channel. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So is there anything that can be done on a desktop, or is it only an app on your phone?
Desktop, phone,
everywhere.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Okay.
Let's see here, and bam.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you scan this QR code, I'm
Thank
going
you,
to do it now. Let's see what happens.
It will probably ask you to download the application.
Let's see if the old guy can do it.
Yeah, you can. Of course.
Oh, bang. And it takes me to... It's
App
resolving.
Store.
Does it take you to the App Store? Okay. But since I already
Yeah,
have... I guess I already have Telegram, it's taking me to somewhere on Telegram. Is that right?
Yeah, to this
Okay,
page.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So you get Telegram, you go to the Telegram location. You like the generic descriptions here. And then you're there, and then now what do you do? Ask a question?
Yep. In the description of the statistics channel, you have my contact information, and you can just reach me out in the comments in this channel or directly in PM. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. So people can do that. Scan the QR code, get in contact, and ask your questions, and get on the 2024 bus.
Yeah, sure. See you at Central Dispatch.
Well, this will be a long race, and this is what I like. ATI is the only neutral zone in this race. Everybody else that talks about tech works for a company or wants to ship your car, or both. And that's fine, but you only get that agenda information. Whereas on ATI, I'll share it all. Everybody's welcome to come and give your pitch, share your team, talk about your tech, and help make this a better marketplace. And the reason for all this is because 10, 15 years ago, we were in the dark. You're right. I wanted to say this. One morning in, 2013, we conducted a Florida experiment in the dispatch office, which I know sounds dangerous. The goal was for a whole week to come in early because I was booking a 9-car out of Fort Lauderdale.
Oh.
And the question, terrible, right? Terrible. And
Yeah.
This is 2013. Don't do it today. In 2013, so the thought was, well, this is hard, this is terrible. How early do I need to be in front of the computer to get the best loads? So I started at like 6 a.m. Central Time, which is 7 a.m. Florida time, sitting in front of the load board, waiting to see fresh loads. And then every time I saw a fresh load, I was to try to, write down the time or try to get some idea of when are the fresh loads showing up in Florida. Why did I have to do that? Because I had no analytics.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
And you're changing that. So thank you. And it was a waste of
Right.
time, by the way. Nothing really happened. I mean, I could have come in at 8 and the same thing, You can't get anybody on the phone. Just because you
Yep.
see it doesn't mean you can have it.
Right.
Nobody's answering the phone. And even when someone does, they're like, yeah, that's already gone. I'm like, what are you talking about? You just posted it. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, no. Those are already gone. I'm thinking,
Then-
you're washing your feet and lying to me is what you're doing. So thank you.
They already have somebody else who,
How?
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
They didn't sleep.
It's because I
You
didn't
went
say.
to s-
It's because I didn't say hi, good morning, $50 less. Yeah,
Probably.
True.
probably true. Yeah.
Without the hi and the good morning.
I
just
didn't know the
$50 later.
handshake. Yeah, I sounded like some
That's
old
all.
guy. Yeah. Oh,
Okay
Forget
then,
about
so
yeah.
I guess that's it.
That's it. All right. Well, listen. Thanks for a great
Yeah.
show, gentlemen, and we'll see you next time. Appreciate all the
Okay.
information.
Thank you,
Great.
guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
See ya.
Thank you
See
very
ya.
much. Take care.
Thank
I will
you.
put them in the waiting room, and we will say goodbye to our what should I can I say regularly scheduled guests? I think they brought a lot of people.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. I see a lot of new faces in the live chat. So thank you for that. Wow.
Yeah.
We actually had people watching the show. Can you believe that? You know what's really funny? There were a few people watching on LinkedIn. I'm sure they're
Oh,
like,
really?
what in the heck?
Okay.
Why are the people in the back room talking? How do we shut this channel down? They're not in the club. This isn't gonna work. I'm gonna keep up the club talk, and this is ATI, and it's 2024, and we're super excited. The truth is, it seems like the more public, I don't know. I don't even know how to finish that sentence. Sue, what do you got? You got any final thoughts?
No, I mean, that was truly fascinating. I gotta
Wasn't
say.
it? I know.
It really was, and it's stuff that I don't want to say it like this, but Central could have done this all along. You're right. They have it all. You know, it's not like this is something new. This is something that's probably been there all along. They just, why wouldn't they think we would need it? We do. It would also help you think about this. You got a truck driver on the road. He sees when the loads come up. He can pull over and get, look for loads during those times if he had that information instead of, wrecking and killing somebody while he's trying to do it on his phone while driving. Think of it that
Well, how
way.
about and I'll say something really crazy. Well, if we had that, then we would have to pay more. We'd have to raise the cost, right?
You're right.
Because we had somebody had to draw a graph and share it. Oh my God, that's going to be like $50 a month.
You're probably
Okay?
right.
But I know that's not fair, but here's the deal. The reason we got busted for Auto Refresh Plus is because people were paying a significant dollar amount to get fresh load notifications.
Right.
And we're cutting in on that deal. How dare you Learn about the fresh loads free.
You're right. That's exactly
How
why.
dare you? Yeah. And I'll tell you this, I'll go one step a little further. Is that it's no secret in the dealer community that if you are a subscriber of the Big Vanilla, they fee you to death. That is the word.
Yeah.
Now I realize the verticals aren't supposed to talk to each other, and what dealers can't talk to carriers. There's no handshake deals. No, you guys can't speak. Don't be talking, right? Don't be talking to each other. Auction, dealer, carrier, stop talking. Guys, what are you doing? That's not how the club works. Okay, maybe you get to talk for 5 minutes. After that, we're going to have to charge you. I know, it's funny, it's ridiculous, and gosh darn it, it's true. So thank you so much. Thanks for joining us on another Dispatching Live. Really appreciate you. Next, what do we got here? Tuesday night, I've got UVI on the show. So Tuesday night's going to be really interesting with UVI. And then, oh boy, not again. Next Thursday, we got Carhauling Truth with Dan. Oh, man. So you don't want to stick around. Boy, enjoy that one, LinkedIn. Put that on your calendar. I have to post the show and the thing and the do the whatnot. But, yeah. Get a little excited. That's the end of the week for me. It's just Tuesdays and Thursdays now. So, which is actually good because I got all these YouTube shorts and graphics and meetings and all this stuff to do. So, that's what I've been working on. What about you? What are you doing? How are your drivers doing right now?
Actually, we've had a good couple weeks, which is what I kind of predicted because of, when nobody works during Christmas and New Year's Eve, the loads bulk up, and they bulked up to like over 60,000 over those 2 weeks. So the last 2 weeks have been pretty decent to where we're just, moving and making money, and the rates have been super high. Like Danny last week made over $8,000, and we haven't seen numbers like that in a really long time. So that's helpful. Of course, we all know it's going to die down here because once we get through this huge stack of loads that were sitting there, then we're going to be back down dealing with crap loads again. And of course, then we're dealing with weather now. We've had storm after storm over the Midwest for the last 2 weeks as well. So that also helps bulk up the loads again. I mean, I always say after the first year, we start getting better loads, more loads, that kind of thing. Last year, it never happened. I'm really hoping and crossing my fingers that it will this year. And I will say this, over the last 2 weeks, all of my customers have been buying cars left and right, like an amazing amount of cars. So either they're able to find them, which they hadn't been able to find them, which is weird. All of a sudden now, after the first year, we've got all kinds of them. We're not talking brand new cars either. I'm not talking 2024s or 2023s. I'm talking regular, normal 2018, 2019 cars. But like I'm posting a lot. Let's see. We've been posting like 3 or 4 a day, and for me as a little broker, that's a lot. And I wasn't able to move anything over those 2 weeks, so I've been bulking up too because nobody was working. I mean, none of my drivers were working, and I don't think hardly anybody was on the road during the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's. I don't know if anybody wants to confirm that, but that's the way it's been going. It's been crazy.
I want to ask you, so I can't remember the driver you just mentioned, but where was
Danny.
he driving at?
Let's see. We started out of
Like it wasn't like Louisiana, Florida, right?
Yeah, no,
Real?
no, I don't
No.
do Florida.
Yeah, exactly.
I do Louisiana.
Okay.
We've been running mainly what I would consider the Midwest, like Tennessee, Nashville, Georgia, Louisiana. Right now he's up in Cleveland area. We also ran, what else? I did go to Texas at Dallas, and I got out easy peasy. I got a 3-pack. We went all the way across the coast to North Carolina with a 3-pack of vehicles. And I've also been getting people to come up on the rates because, like we all know, it's all, if there's a bunch of loads and nothing's moving, you can usually get people to come up on the rates because they can't get them moved. So we've been doing a lot of that. And like I said, we all know this is going to die down, but got to try to make as much money as you can during times like this and keep your drivers making as much. So when the hard times come, you got a little bit. extra over that. So
It'd be interesting to see the analytics and forecasting to back up what you know is true.
yeah, that's true. That
I would
be
love to see that. I can't wait to see more of that analytics and forecasting. That stuff is the jam. I know it's boring, but counting money is not boring. It's just the things that lead up to it can be. But counting
Right.
money, making it rain,
Yeah.
not boring.
No.
Not by
Like
a
that
stretch.
part.
Yeah, I like, really, really like that part. Okay, let's all get back to counting money, and that is the end of the show. What do we say, office?
What do we say, everybody? Goodbye, Sue.
Goodbye, Sue. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
Peace out.